Let me tell you, this story has everything. We're talking a world leader, a crypto coin that started as a joke, and a massive fraud scandal that could actually lead to an impeachment. We're going to break down just how a simple meme coin spiraled into a full-blown international incident. So let's talk about the money. We're talking a staggering amount. Over $100 million. Just gone. Vanished from a crypto project that, for all intents and purposes, seemed to have the official stamp of approval from the president of Argentina himself. The real question isn't just where the money went, but who made it disappear. And that really is the million-dollar question here, isn't it? It sounds completely unbelievable, but we're going to show you exactly how this meme coin didn't just crash and burn, but how it dragged a sitting president into this whole mess of fraud allegations and potential political ruin. All right, so let's set the scene. The date is February 14th, 2025. Argentina's president, Javier Milei, hops on social media and sends out a tweet pumping up a brand new meme coin. And just like that, he lit the fuse on what would become a financial bombshell. And at first glance, this thing looked totally legit. The coin, called Libra, was being sold as this great token with a purpose. They said it was going to fund small businesses, support the local economy. It had all the makings of an official, even patriotic project. Yeah, that dream, it didn't last very long. In fact, the whole thing imploded in just 24 hours. First, that presidential tweet sends the price to the moon. Then, right at the peak, insiders allegedly start dumping their bags. Then, out of nowhere, Milei deletes his tweet and totally disavows the project. And, as you can probably guess, the price just craters, crashing to basically zero. So, just when everyone's trying to figure out what the heck just happened, the story takes this completely wild turn. A key player, someone right at the center of the scheme, reaches out with a confession that would blow the whole thing wide open. And boom, this is the message that changes everything. The sender, who just signed off as HD, was quickly identified as Hayden Davis. Now, this is a guy who'd been seen with President Milei, described as a crypto advisor. And here he is, flat out admitting he ran the whole launch. But here is where it gets truly insane. Hayden doesn't just confess. He offers to hand over the keys to the crypto wallet with more than $100 million in it. He said he just wanted to get the money back into people's hands, basically trying to dump his 9-figure problem onto an investigative journalist. Okay, so here's where we zoom out a little bit. Because it turns out, this whole Libra disaster, it wasn't some random one-time screw-up. No. The investigation revealed it was just one part of a bigger, repeatable playbook for rigging these launches and siphoning out millions. See, when the on-chain sleuths started digging, they found this unmistakable pattern. The same group of digital wallets that were all over the Libra launch, they were also linked to these other sketchy coins, including one named after Melania Trump. It was the same crew running the same play again and again. And the secret sauce to their whole operation? It's a little technique called sniping. Think of it as the ultimate insider trading. Before the coin is even public, the insiders get secret information, the contract address, and use bots to buy up a massive supply for pennies, way before you or I could ever get in. It's basically a 4-step playbook for getting rich quick. Step 1, get the secret address. Step 2, use your bots to buy first. Step 3, get influencers or, a president to hype it up to the public. And step 4, dump all your super cheap coins on the regular folks who are rushing in. Easy money. And if you want to know what this looks like from the inside, well, listen to this. An insider who was there for another one of these launches described it not as some high-tech finance operation, but like a junkie house. Everyone's hyped up, frantic, just waiting to hit the button on their snipe bots. It's pure predatory chaos. Still think maybe they had good intentions? Well, this leaked text from Hayden himself pretty much clears that up. On another project, he wasn't talking about building a community or a cool product. His goal was, and I quote, to max extract, as in maximum extraction of money from retail buyers. That little extraction, by the way, made them about $1.3 million. So, of course, after everything came crashing down, the blame game started. All the key players started pointing fingers at each other, denying they did anything wrong, and telling completely different stories about who knew what and when. And you've just got to see the difference in their stories. On one side, you have Ben Chow, the CEO of the platform where these coins launched. He's claiming to be totally shocked, saying he feels sick and had no idea Hayden was a rugger. But then you have Hayden, who says nah. Chow wouldn't have been surprised by the sniping at all. Now check out this verbal gymnastics. When Hayden gets called out for profiting from that Melania coin, he plays this really clever word game. He's asked if he swapped the liquidity, which is a technical way of saying he rugged the project, and he denies it. But his denial is pure misdirection. He goes on to say, there's a difference between swapping the liquidity and selling. See what he did there? He's admitting to selling his tokens for a massive profit, the very thing he's being accused of, but he's using jargon to technically deny the specific term. It's like saying, I didn't rob the bank, I just made an unauthorized withdrawal. Even the platform's CEO, Ben Shao, knew how bad this was. I mean, in a private call, he compared the scandal to the collapse of FTX, even calling it SPF level, a direct shot at Sam Bankman-Fried. He knew this was so toxic that he'd probably have to resign from his own company. So, what are we supposed to take away from all this? What does it mean for the average person who's just kind of curious about crypto? Well, the insiders themselves give us the clearest and, honestly, the most chilling answer. Well, let's look at who got their money back. For the thousands of regular folks who got wiped out, no refunds. But for one celebrity insider, Dave Portnoy, who lost $5 million, Hayden Davis personally paid him back. It tells you everything you need to know. The rich and famous are protected, the public gets left holding the bag. And the president, the man who kicked this whole thing off with a tweet, his response was basically a shrug. He compared it to losing money at a casino, and then tried to dodge blame by saying, they probably weren't even my citizens anyway. A total denial of responsibility. You know, maybe the most honest thing said in this entire mess came from the guy who ran the whole thing, Hayden Davis. He just came right out and said it. This is an unregulated casino. The guy running the games is telling you the games are rigged. And that's really the bottom line here, isn't it? From the launch pads, to the insiders, to their celebrity buddies, it's all one big club. They make the rules, they rig the outcome, and they walk away with the profits. It's a big club, and you're not in it.